Hello world, I am What If Studia, and today we are doing What If Deku was the younger brother of Godzilla. So Deku will be starting off in a little bit of underground scene. As the two explosive bombs are shelled on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, his brother woke up from the first one. He woke up from the second. As the radiation had made its way all the way down to him when he was sleeping, the radiation actually forced a quirk, an evolution. Instead of evolving like his brother, he evolved to be smaller instead of bigger. His quirk now was called downsizing. Downsizing means that you can change your shape, sort of make yourself look smaller or bigger. However, you do not keep the same strength. Deku is built a little bit different than Godzilla. He's much more humanoid and has very big shoulders and is sort of a combination of Donkey Kong and King Kong and Godzilla, sorry. Let's begin. Deku wakes up from his millions and millions of years age-old, sleep. He starts going into Japan. This time he doesn't even realize it, but he is actually in his humanoid form. As he has seen humans before in the most primal way, and seeing a gigantic city of them, he thinks, well, maybe it would be best if I was just to, not go in my full form. However, he is not knowledgeable of the fact that he's in his humanoid form. So when he goes around, he acts sort of like a child rampaging through a city of Legos. As everybody's fearing Godzilla, they don't think this is quite funny, as he's starting to bite people for no reason, and they think he's almost rabid. Ordering in heroes to try to take care of him, he runs away, of course, very fast, digging under the ground as fast as he can, and then emerging outside of the city, saying that, well, they didn't seem to like me at all. Maybe I'll show them a power that they will never forget. As he starts to turn around a little bit, then he sees his older brother, start to rampage to the city where he was just at. He had actually gotten kind of used to the people there. He had felt bad for them. As such, he tries to talk to his brother. However, in his humanoid form, he cannot speak to him. He's trying to unlock his once gigantic form. However, it's not working. And he watches the rampage of his brother rage on. Knowing that his brother will continue on doing this, he sees heroes actually start to stop him. Heroes that are trying to stop him, even though they don't even have the power of somebody like Godzilla. They have nowhere near his amount of power. However, they try, and he looks at this and sees, ordinary humans trying their best against a god. I mean, if that's not inspiring, I don't know what is. Deku, inspiring about this, sort of walks around starry-eyed, thinking about the heroes actually helping and actually defeating him. How he himself wouldn't even try, even though he has the power. He tries to unlock his giant form one more time, and almost succeeds, transforming into a sort of baby-sized version of Godzilla, however. Not attaining the full power, but some of it at least. Not giving him the atomic breath. Now, given this sort of mini form, I guess, of Godzilla, he is now able to roar as loud as he needs to get in contact with his brother Godzilla, who is currently ripping an ass through like a new hole through the defense of the military, which is not going over well for them. Trust me. Godzilla is about to basically atomic breath all of Japan before Deku's cries get to his ears. He hears Deku tell him that, save it, bro. They're not worth it. Telling him that, stop being so grumpy, little bitch. He just straight up, just stop being a little bitch. Come on, man. Why you gotta take your anger out, bruh? Just go in the ocean. I'll tell you what, go in the ocean, come back in 3 years, we'll talk about it then. Maybe you'll grow up a little bit. Godzilla, of course, does that little, that sibling stomp where he's like, meh. Fine, but I will be back and I'll destroy everything. 3 years, you hear? He's like, yeah, I'll be right out and sleep with you. So basically, Godzilla goes off into the ocean, and Deku follows shortly. However, Deku is sedated and falls asleep immediately, as he was very tired. So then he's captured and shipped off into some UA sort of facility. Now, when he wakes up, he's sort of in this city suburban area, being held down by this gigantic net that is suppressing his quirk. It's a quirk suppressing thing. They think that his quirk is what's making him gigantic, and they're trying to stop him from becoming Godzilla again. And they have all these darts in the side of him that are stopping him, and he could take them out. However, if he was to become human at this point, he fears that he would just be killed. So he keeps those sort of darts in the side of him, even though he knows he can destroy them at any time, as they're stopping him from becoming smaller. However, he has not fully attained back his older brother's form. They are helping him, however. But in this sort of city place, he can hear crashing in a singular place, where then a gigantic robot is thrown over into some buildings, crashing into them. And then its head exploding as a tiny little dude came out. You know, we recognize as Bakugo, however, he has zero clue who this person is. However, it was kind of impressive what he did, as Todoroki comes up behind him, sort of, you know, as cool as ice as always. You know, this does not intimidate Deku in the least. Deku's not impressed at all. Even so, he couldn't even talk to these people because he's in his gigantic form, so, you know, that wouldn't really work. He would just be roaring. And so he just sits there and, like, watches all of their friends come over, and then he hears them talking, and he can recognize human voice language while in his gigantic form, and he can hear them saying, like, this must be our new test, you know, like, because they think that this is a Godzilla test. This is a test to see if they're ready to try to fight Godzilla as the heroes before them had fought, and All Might had mythically, you know, gotten that horrible, you know, punch in his chest from Godzilla. Except this time it was basically like a puncture from his claws. So basically, yeah, no, they were readying up for like opponent harder than All Might. So all of them are like training harder and stuff as they've seen, you know, just Godzilla destroy all the rest of the country. As he starts to get worried that his brother might be have some trouble when he comes back, he would like to see how strong these people are. And to do that, well, he must see how much firepower first of all. If they can get past his scales, then maybe they can injure his brother. Even then, I don't think they could. So he just sits there and lets them wail on him, until Bakugo almost accidentally works together with Todoroki as he skates on the back of Todoroki while they're fighting each other, while fighting Deku. He's like, so disorganized. Jesus. Who is your teacher? As Bakugo accidentally jumps off of the ice straight at Deku and then raises up a gigantic explosion at Deku's face, leaving his face a little bit seared and like a little bit of a ember on his face. As he picks up Bakugo out of the air and says, "You're annoying me," as he throws him as hard as he can. However, all Bakugo heard was a roar and then being thrown halfway across the stadium, breaking his leg. The healer girl, the healer grandma comes out, you know, helps him up and shit. He says, you have a healer? You know, he's like, holy shit, I need a healer. Like, yeah, no, he needs a healer for his brother because his brother actually sustained a lot of injuries from the nuclear bomb that had exploded on Hiroshima, and that had hit his face a lot and would scarred him a lot. If that grandma could help him, then possibly he could win back his brother's pride. So, you know, he wants to return back to his human form and talk to the grandma and maybe like have her help him. So before he can reach over and take out the syringes, the sort of things that were making him so small, making him so big, a gigantic guas cannon, a sort of gigantic railgun that Momo had crafted during that time, fires straight into his leg, piercing his knee and destroying the thing that was holding him, that was stopping him from using his quirk. After that, you know, he's groaning in pain. Like, this hurt like hell. I mean, this destroys his leg. He's actually quite impressed. However, absolutely livid now. He starts to return back to his human form as they all start to realize that, holy shit, this is actually a human being, not a animal. All the rest of the teachers are quite disturbed also, and are understandably concerned. What the hell is happening? As he returns back to his human form, he keeps the scales and the sort of vines on his back. Also, he's still not able to use his plasma cannon thing, the thing that he fires out of his mouth. That thing, the mouth cannon, and you know, they think that thing's still functional, and that almost wiped out all of Japan. So they're understandably hesitant, but he just takes out the freaking gigantic freaking arrow out of his leg, walks over to freaking the grandma and asks her to heal him, and also starts whispering in her ear, telling her about his brother. As the grandma is understandably shooken and asks him to come up with her to the freaking healing office, and leaves all the kids, you know, behind, as they're all just bewildered by what just happened, and understandably they get an F by Aizawa. Anyways, I'll continue this in the next part. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you somewhere, sometime. Goodbye.
Genie grind and watch him get rich, huh? Remember when I said I hit a lick, huh? I don't really wanna fuck the bitch, what? Willie went and made another hit, okay, like Prada on my motherfucking kid, huh? Louis on my motherfucking hip, huh? Curry how I dunk, no switch, hey, fucker gonna fuck that bitch, hey, if you ain't gon' fuck with me, you a dumb fuck, put up a hit up, I feel like one punch, look at my bank and I'm getting dumb rich, and I'm gonna count it up till 100,